So if we're trying to graph this one, we want to make our XY chart. So we don't have to solve anything here for the domain, since it's going to be all real numbers, since it's a cube root. So we want what's underneath the radical to be -8, -1, 0, 1, and 8. Since it's just an x under the radical, then we can just use those numbers right away. So then when we plug them in, we're going to do the cubed root of -8 and then -4. So the cubed root of -8 is -2. -2 minus 4 is -6. Then we're going to do the cubed root of -1, which is -1, minus 4 is -5. Cubed root of 0 is 0, minus 4 is -4. Cubed root of 1 is 1. 1 minus 4 is -3. Cubed root of 8 is 2. 2 minus 4 is -2. So now we're going to just plot our points. So we have -8, -6, -1, -5, 0, -4, 1, -3, and 8, -2. So again, if we follow this shape, okay, there is our graphed cubic function, and then the domain and the range are going to both be all real numbers. Now with this one, since what I have underneath the radical is not just an x, I have to solve it for -8, -1, 0, 1, and 8. So I still want to use the same numbers. I want to use -8, -1, 0, 1, and 8, all of my perfect cubes, as the number underneath the radical. But since x is not the only thing under the radical, I have to solve it. So I'm going to take x plus 3, and I'm going to set it equal to -8. And then I'm going to take x plus 3, and I'm going to set it equal to -1. I'm going to take x plus 3, I'm going to set it to 0. I'm going to take x plus 3 and set it to 1. I'm going to take x plus 3 and set it to 8. So I'm going to solve each one. So when I do x plus 3 equals -8, when I solve that for x, I get -11. Okay, when I solve x plus 3 equals -1, I'm going to get -4. When I solve x plus 3 equals 0, I get -3. X plus 3 equals 1, I get -2. And x plus 3 equals 8, I get 5. So those are the x values that I'm going to use. And then I'm just going to plug it in and solve for the corresponding y. So I have negative cubed root of -11 plus 3 minus 1. So that's going to be negative cubed root of -8. So the cubed root of -8 is -2. And then I'm making that a negative, so it becomes a +2 minus 1. So that's going to be 1. I'm going to do the same thing for all of these. So negative cubed root of -4 plus 3 minus 1. So -4 plus 3 is -1. The cubed root of -1 is -1. I'm making that a negative, so now I have a +1 minus 1, 0. Negative cubed root of -3 plus 3. So -3 plus 3 is 0. Cubed root of 0 is 0. -0 is 0. Minus 1 is -1. Negative cubed root of -2 plus 3 minus 1. -2 plus 3 is 1. Cubed root of 1 is 1. Make it a negative, so -1 minus 1. And then lastly, the cubed root of 5 plus 3 minus 1. So 5 plus 3 is 8. Cubed root of 8 is 2. Making it a negative, so -2 minus 1 is -3. So now I'm going to plot my points. So I have -11, 1, so that's about here. I have -4, 0. I have negative 3, negative 1. Oops. That's here. Negative 2, negative 2. And then 5, negative 3. Okay, so it's the same shape, but because I had a negative on the outside, it's flipped. So now it looks like it's kind of backwards because it's flipped. Now my domain and my range, again, are still going to be all real numbers for both. Okay, this will always be the case when we have a cube